All right, welcome to another Coach's Notes for Milestone CrossFit. We're looking at the week of June the 21st to the 26th. So press cycle, we're in week 3 of our press cycle. We're pretty much doing the same thing we did last week. So this tempo push press and the split in press. So it's pretty much the same thing. We're just going up in weight. So we're doing 5 sets of 4 on Monday, push press cycle, week 3. We're doing 5 sets of 4 at a higher weight this week with a little bit longer of a tempo, I think. Maybe not a longer tempo. This might not be a longer tempo week. But again, we're just looking for that nice fast push press, slow back down, 1 second on the shoulders and push again. We want that nice slow tempo to be a straight bar path, so that's really what you're watching. You're also watching their push press to make sure the technique is correct, but watch that slow tempo because that'll show you their patterns that they're ingraining as they do these tempos. So that slow negative is trying to ingrain that pattern of what the push press should look like for them. And then we're doing the split, press and splits again, so that nice split jerk stance with that knee right below, step back a little bit more for you, with that knee right below my hip on this quad, and this one nice out in front, making sure that we're not on a tightrope this way, but that we've got a nice wide base so we don't fall over. Doing some nice presses. Monday, our workout is called Tootsie Roll. It's 3 rounds. We're doing 2 minutes on, 1 minute off. So we get that little bit of a rest break in there where we're not continuously moving with all this heat, which I think is gonna work a little bit well for us, giving everybody a second to calm down, bring their heart rate back down, standing in front of a fan for a minute. We're doing 10 air squats, 5 bar facing burpees, and then max clean and jerks for the remaining time. So 10 air squats, 5 burpees over the bar, do max clean and jerks for the remaining 2 minutes. I think 10 air squats should take people less than 20 seconds. At max, probably 20 seconds. 5 burpees, probably take the slowest people 30 seconds. So we're really looking at still having a minute worth of clean and jerks for most people, if not more. So that's really where the workout is. You're doing a little bit of a cash in, but the big work is those clean and jerks. So as you for coaches is to tell them like, get through the squats and burpees, go steady and hard on the clean and jerks, but the emphasis being on steady. So we don't wanna do 1, 2, 3, and then like die and get 3 more in the rest of the minute. So we want nice and steady movement. Doesn't have to be unbroken, doesn't have to be super fast. We want to try to get the maximum we can by optimizing our speed and our movement patterns. So nice, clean movement patterns. If they want to do the clean here into the jerk, that's okay, kind of like that, pop, pop, instead of resetting, dipping and driving, that's totally okay. But we're looking for max clean and jerks. So nice, steady movement that's not gonna blow you up in the first 15 to 20 seconds, and then you have to put the bar down and rest. So we really shouldn't be seeing more than 2 or 3 second rests at any time during the minute to minute and a half they have to do clean and jerks. It should be continuous, steady movement at a nice, good pace, knowing you've got a minute rest. And that's just 3 rounds. Then Tuesday, we're doing a choose your own adventure EMOM. So we're flip-flopping the kind of like AMRAP rest, with the Choose Your Own Adventure EMOM this week. So it's gonna be on Tuesday. They have a bunch of different new things to choose from. So this is Choose Your Own Adventure number 2. I did give it a candy name. I was informed that people were upset I did not name the last Choose Your Own Adventure EMOM with a candy. So this one is now a candy name. It is called Sixlets. Again, 30-minute EMOM. We're doing 6 rounds of 5 movements. They have a bunch of new ones to choose from, like bench press, pin delay row, pike ups with the scooters or the rower, V-ups, push-ups, hollow holds, arch holds, Russian twists, plate taps, and double unders. Or if they wanted to do single unders, they're allowed to do single unders if they want to use the jump rope. So I'm just gonna go over a few of those we might not have talked about before. So for the pin delay row, it is just a bent over row, but what we're looking for, we'll take a step back here, is our back is horizontal to the ground, and the bar with plates will start on the ground, and I'm gonna row it to my chest. Try to hit like maybe belly button. We don't wanna row to like elbows up here like a big T. We kind of wanna row elbows nice and back and high. So bar starts on the ground with plates. I row to my stomach, and it should hit the ground every time. So I'm not this kind of bent over row where it never touches the ground. It should be barbell with plates. Plates should be on the ground at the start. Row to my midsection, bar touches the ground on the way back down. Pike ups with scooters or rowers. So Lydia has those scooters she's using for the kids. You can also do this on the rowing machine. And what we're looking for is something that looks like this. Just gotta move my camera a little bit for you. So if you're doing it with the rower, you're using the foot pad for your feet. Still don't have a good angle, sorry. And you're putting your hands on the ground and essentially going from an elevated plank to a pike up. So I'm here and I'm pulling up. So those are two obviously like in slow-mo. They don't have to go that slow. If you don't want to use the rowers, you can use the scooters. So put their feet on the scooters. Essentially it's the same thing, just instead of your feet being on the rower pad, they're on a scooter pad. So they can do those if they want. Plate taps, it's probably the only other thing we've never done. Essentially your plate is on the floor in front of you. Just grab a plate, it'll be easier that way to show you. All with your feet, so that plate's on the ground. I'm going to tap, 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 tap. Each foot counts as one. Those are probably the only things we've never done before in that EMOM, so there you go, that's for that. Wednesday, we've got another little AMRAP rest situation going on. So what we've got is, sorry, I've got to read this. I'll flip you so you can see me. We're doing a 6-minute AMRAP of 10 box jumps, 10 double kettlebell front squats. So nice in that nice front rack position, squatting to fold up and standing back up. You're gonna rest 2 minutes. We got a 5-minute AMRAP of 10 double kettlebell front squats and pull-ups. Then you're gonna rest 2 minutes and do a 4-minute AMRAP of box jumps and pull-ups. So last time it was those kind of burpee hell, as some people told me, where it was something changing every minute and then there were burpees every minute. This time we've got 3 movements that we're interchanging with each other as they go. So we got a 6-minute AMRAP doing box jumps and squats, double kettlebell front squats. We got a 5-minute AMRAP doing the double kettlebell front squats with pull-ups, and then a 4-minute AMRAP doing box jumps and pull-ups. The double kettlebell front squats are probably the thing that will take the longest. It's 10 reps of everything. So you're doing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 every time. And so that's why that last one is the box jumps and pull-ups. I think a lot of people probably would have liked to see that for a 6-minute AMRAP or the 5-minute AMRAP instead of the 4. But those double kettlebell front squats are gonna take a little bit longer time, I feel like, than people doing pull-ups or box jumps, just because you gotta get them in the front rack, you gotta squat, you gotta stand up, you gotta brace. It's a different situation with your hands and your arms. It's a little bit awkward. They might set them down, have to pick them back up. With the rest of the stuff, you just kind of move through them. So again, it's kind of that work, rest, kind of like we're doing on Monday, like we did last week, trying to give people a little bit of a break in between their little AMRAPs so they have time to stand in front of the fan, but still have time to hit the workouts with intensity. So again, this week, try to hit that 6-minute AMRAP like it's the only thing they're doing today. That's the goal. Hit it hard, hit it fast. Take the 2 minutes to rest and recover, stand in front of the fan, put a cool towel on your neck, drink some water, hit that next AMRAP like it's the only thing you're doing today. That's the goal. It's kind of this, hit it hard, get a high heart rate, work out hard, make those muscles feel it, make those muscles move, push through that mental barrier, then take a rest and do it again. And this time, instead of it being 5-5-5, it's 6-5-4, so getting a little bit shorter, but still overall the same amount of time. A little bit less of a rest time this week since the Metcons get shorter, but I like this style and it seems to work well for the gym, I feel like, especially with how hot it is. So we'll probably keep going with this unless one of the coaches says, hey, I don't think it really works. Thursday, deadlift cycle. We're doing 6 sets of 2 reps at a this one's the slower tempo down, and 70%. So this week, there's no tempo on the way up. Deadlift it nice and fast. So show you. They're going to pull the deadlift nice and fast. Boop, 1 second here, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 second on the ground. Boop, pull that up. So now instead of working on tempo and that kind of elongation, time under tension, we're doing a fast up. So nice, good deadlift. Slow down. So with doing 2 reps, you're still getting a lot of work in because of that slow lower, but now we're kind of working on that fast motor pattern on the way up because we don't pull the deadlift super slow, right? I mean, we do, like when it gets really heavy and you can't really pull it really fast, but we try to pull deadlifts fast, we try to clean fast, we try to snatch fast, We want those fast muscles on the way up. So kind of work through our tempo on the way up to work patterns, to work strength. Now we're gonna go fast up, tempo on the way down. We're doing 6 sets of 2 of those at about 70%. So just keep going heavier as we go with this. Sorry. Then the workout for the 24th. So I really want us to be able to do accessory work. I really wish that we'd be able to do it in class, but I've noticed that like no class ever gets to the accessory work, and it's really important stuff. It's not just junk I'm throwing in there. If you just hit the big movements all of the time, little muscles will not work as well. Also, you're at more risk of injury. So if I'm only doing bench presses, say, I've got really big pecs now, I might have really big lats, but all those little shoulder muscles that are in here, my rotator cuff, my ability to touch my shoulders, to rotate back, to rotate overhead past my ears, all of those little muscles aren't getting worked at all, and that will help prevent injury if those are just as strong as the muscles you're building. So I think for the next couple weeks on Thursdays when we deadlift, we're gonna try to do more of an accessory style after. So what we've got for Thursday is 3 rounds. You're doing 8 to 12 hammer curls. So thumb facing the sky, hammer curls. You can do them if they want. They can do them opposite. They can do them at the same time. They can do all one arm and then do all the other arm, whatever they want to do. Then what we're going to do is some seated tricep extensions. So those will be individual, per arm, sorry. So what we're going to do is we're essentially going to sit down on a bench, on a box, something, and then we're going to go behind the head and extend up this way. So what that might look like from the side. So we're getting that nice tricep isolation in those movements. That'll be 3 rounds of that at 8 to 12. They can choose how many reps they want to do. If they want to do 8, that's fine. If they want to do 12, that's fine. If they want to mix it up and do 8, 10, 12, 12, 10, 8, whatever they want to do is fine. Then we got another 3 rounds. We're doing 30-second plate pinch and 10 rear foot elevated split squats. So the plate pinch will be 1 plate per hand, and essentially this is what they're doing. They're pinching the plate in between their fingers, like this, and they're gonna hold it for 30 seconds. So the clock's rolling, starts at 1, 2, 10, 20, 29, 30, and put the plates down. So both hands pinching plates like this, nice good grip forearm workout, which will help people with pull-up volume, toes to bar volume, clean and jerk volume, snatch volume if that grip is nice and strong. And then we're gonna do 10 rear foot elevated split squats. So I'm sure you've seen these. I'm sure most of you have done them before. But what we're looking at is a nice, essentially lunge position. That back foot will go up. Move your way so you can see. That back foot will go up on a bench, or probably one of the low boxes. I wouldn't use the 20-inch boxes. No one is tall enough to use a 20-inch box in our gym. You have to be like 7 foot tall to use a 20-inch box. But that foot's gonna go on the box. We're getting a nice lunge position, and we're gonna go down and try to touch the ground with our knee. We don't have to go all the way down to the ground. Just a nice lunge and then back up. Now, if they want to do this with weight, they can. If they want to do them with just body weight, that's also fine. We haven't done these before that I know of, so a lot of these people probably haven't done them. Might be good to just do them with body weight. I'm doing 10 each side. So foot behind you, nice lunge down to the ground, back up. It will most likely, for a lot of people, be a really good stretch on this leg, and then it will be working this leg. So this leg is the one that we want to be pressing. This is the one that's working to make us stand up. This one will get a really nice stretch in it. So as low as they can go, stand back up. Nice unilateral leg work, which is perfect, especially since with imbalances in people with leg length, leg strength, training both legs individually, and then training them together will be perfect for us. So that's Thursday. Friday, we have a partner WOD, it's called Pop Rocks. So 4 time, they're doing 100 dumbbell deadlifts, 80 dumbbell push press, 60 dumbbell hang power cleans, 40 dumbbell squats, 60 dumbbell hang power cleans, 80 dumbbell push press, 100 dumbbell deadlifts. So essentially a chipper, down and back up. We did a lot of squatting this week, so we have air squats on Monday, we have double kettlebell front squats on Wednesday, we have rear foot elevated split squats on Thursday. So that's why the squats are in the middle and the lowest value. The only hinges we've done this week would be the pike ups which is more core than a hinge, but it's close to a hinge, and the deadlifts the day before, so that's why the dumbbell deadlifts are the most number. We did a lot of pressing on Monday with the tempo push press, the press and the split, and the jerks. Also, they've done potential pressing on Tuesday if they do bench press and push ups. So that's why the push is next down, and then the hang power cleans is kind of a weird, we don't really know what to call it. Is it a pull? Is it a hinge? I don't know. It's a little bit of both. So that's kind of where that one is. So the deadlifts the day before, if people are trashed, like if they're like, my hip flexors hurt, my hamstrings hurt, my quads hurt, I don't like this. We got two options to change up the dumbbell deadlifts. If they don't want to do dumbbell deadlifts, if they're like, that's too much deadlifting for me, it's too much hinging for me, I don't want to go all the way to the floor, then we have essentially two options for them. One would be a shortened range of motion. So instead of them having deadlift all the way to the floor, like a normal deadlift, so instead of them having dumbbells in each hand and touching the floor and standing back up, have them do more of an RDL where they're just hinging to their knees or maybe just slightly below the knees. So instead of that being that whole full hinge with having to press through the floor, it's more just isolating those hamstrings. That's kind of if they're like, my hip flexors hurt, my back hurts, I don't really want to do that. Have them do lighter weight, just on these, lighter weight on these, just kind of like a little slide down, that little RDL motion. That's if people are sore, complaining, hurt, they don't feel like they can do this volume. It's only 50 each. Well, you're doing 100 total, but you're doing 50 each and then 50 at the end. If their hamstrings are trashed and they're just like, I just can't deadlift today, I'm not pulling from the floor, I'm not doing RDLs, I don't want to do any of that, then instead of having them do deadlifts, I've been trying to mull over what I think the best option to change it up would be, since we're doing push press and hang clean, because essentially what we're doing is we're doing the deadlift part, we're doing the press part, then we're doing the middle part, then we're doing the squat. So like we're doing separate parts of a clean and jerk with the dumbbells kind of all together. So I think if they're like, hey coach, I can't do deadlifts at all, I'm not pulling from the floor, I'm not doing that whatsoever. If they just don't want to deadlift because they feel like deadlifts hurt, you could have them do kettlebell swings instead. Nice Russian, low kettlebell swings, like to here. They don't have to be eye level way up here. Just nice chest level. Anywhere in this range is technically a Russian kettlebell swing. If that's okay with them, do Russian kettlebell swings. Or if they're like, hey, like I'm not doing any sort of hinging pattern, like I don't want to bend over at all whatsoever, then I think what we're going to have them do is do sit-ups. So just have them either do, I mean, if they want to be crazy and do V-ups, they can. If they want to be crazy and do hanging knee raises, they can. If they just want to do normal sit-ups, that's fine. So you kind of got some options to play. Don't advertise this. Don't tell them this. But if they come to you and they're like, hey coach, I really can't deadlift today. And you're like, okay, well, can you do RDLs? Can you do a shortened range of motion deadlift? Can you just deadlift to your knees? Stand up and deadlift to your knees. Let them do that. That's first option. Second option is, hey coach, I'm not deadlifting whatsoever at all. I'm not pulling from the floor. Then say, okay, well, can you do kettlebell swings? Russian, nice right in here, kettlebell swings. They're like, yeah, sure, I can do kettlebell swings, and that's fine. They're like, hey coach, like I'm not deadlifting, I'm not kettlebell swinging, like all of this hurts right here. My butt's fried, my hammies are fried, my quads are fried, my low back's fried, my, like all that's fried. And say, okay, hey, do sit-ups. Either feet on the floor sit-ups. They could do weighted sit-ups if they wanted to, grab a plate or a dumbbell and do weighted sit-ups. They can do normal sit-ups, they could do V-ups, they could do hanging knee raises, just anything that's kind of core related, that they'll nice and tight in this kind of, this area, this chest, the stomach and oblique area will be nice. Just not anything with the chest because we got a lot of that with the cleans and then the presses. So we're looking for here down, and we don't want squats because we got squats in there. So any sort of sit-up variation would work pretty well for that. And then Saturday we're gonna do a hero WOD called Sisson. I don't remember exactly what's in it, but I believe it's got rope climbs and running. I think that's the one I picked. But if you're the coach on Saturday and you don't want to do this workout, that's cool. Just let me know what you program or what you plan to do so that I can adjust Monday. Just remember, nothing overhead. So don't do any handstand push-ups, don't do any jerks or presses, anything that's gonna be pushing overhead, or if you're inverted, pushing your body up off the floor. Just try to limit that so we can keep that nice cycle going with the push presses. I think Sisson is a fun workout. If we were in town, I would be doing it with you, but we will not be in town, so we'll see if I can do it at the beach. So I'm gonna upload all of this stuff, and then I'm gonna do coach's notes. You'll probably get the next set of coach's notes midweek next week since we're going to the beach. So if you have any questions on those, you'll just have to text me and hit me up because we won't be in the state. But I'm excited for this week. It looks really fun. It looks really balanced this week, so it should be a good week for all of our athletes.